Welcome back to the DaBoot Tragedies. We're going to recap day one of training camp for the New Orleans Saints, and they got off to a great start. But before we do that, can you follow the Twitter page at DaBoot Tragedies, man? Follow the Twitch page at DaBoot Tragedies as well. Join the Discord. All those links in the description below. Click those, join those, follow those. It's greatly appreciated. Now, first thing first, we'll start off with the biggest news coming out of training camp day one. Obviously, that was Michael Thomas, man. Wide receiver 1 has returned to New Orleans Saints. A couple days ago, they put him on the PUP list, PUP, players unable to perform list, and everyone freaked out. Which I wasn't even mad at people for freaking out, man. It's been 2 years, and people are like, man, he's still not healthy, he's still not ready to play. That's not a good look. But if you watched after that, Dennis Allen, Mickey Loomis, they both said this was more of a precautionary thing, and that Michael Thomas would be off that list soon. No one expected to be this soon. Michael Thomas said in this interview after practice that before practice, Mickey Loomis, Dennis Allen, the training staff, they put him through a workout. They told him that he's going to have to go through a workout. They were going to need to see some things from him for him to get cleared. He did those things. He obviously looked great. And the Saints cleared him. He was there for day one of practice, and you can't be happier as a Saints fan. It's very, very early, but he did look good. And a couple routes I did see, a couple videos I did see from him. I got him planned in the background. Hopefully he's going to get, better. He's only going to get healthier, more explosive. He hasn't played in a long time. So the more he's out there, the more rhythm he gets with himself and Jameis Winston, the better he'll look down the line, man. This is only day one. It's a long road ahead. He's still probably not 100%, ready to play a game right now. But this is a step in the right direction. I'm glad to have him back on the field. Now, the Saints didn't have perfect attendance on the first day of practice. There was some guys missing out there, most notably Tyrann Mathieu. He was excused from practice for a personal family issue, so that's not concerning no injuries or anything like that, no sicknesses, a personal matter. The Saints said he'll be back when he's ready to get back. Not going to speculate on what that is. When he's back, he's back. Also, Pete Warner did not practice. He was out there. He didn't have a helmet, did some things on the sideline with a trainer. Dennis Allen, Mickey Loomis both, kind of sounded that it wasn't anything major, maybe just another precautionary thing, but he did not practice. Rashid Shaheed, he was on the non-football injury list, so whatever that means, he probably was sick as well. Tano, he was also on the illness list, so he was sick. Also, Marcus Davenport was a no-show I won't say a no-show at practice, but he wasn't spotted at practice, so obviously he's still not ready to be out there. But only about 5 guys out today out of the 90, so 85 guys showing up. That's a good showing for the first day. Hopefully we can get all 90 out there at some point this offseason. That'll definitely be a good look, because I can't remember offseason where we had our top 90 guys, there. If I had to guess, I think Davenport is maybe, a week or 2 away. They said it's only conditioning. It's not really injury related. So to get back in shape, it's going to take 1 or 2 weeks to kind of get into decent shape to be out there and ready to practice. So I would expect him to be, on early August, definitely before the first preseason game. Maybe he won't play in that preseason game, but I definitely expect him to be out, at practice before that first preseason game, which I believe is August 13th. Even though we had some players missing, there was some players that's out there that's coming off major injuries or just injuries in general. Peyton Turner, obviously after the injury-filled rookie season he was out there. Apparently he made some plays out there as well, so that's definitely a good sign starting off. Quarterback 1, Jameis Winston, we all know he tore his ACL against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's been rehabbing all season, kind of fighting through those things. He was out there. He's looking like he's moving well, better than he was in OTA, so that's a good sign. Marcus May, who's coming off an Achilles injury, which is one of the most devastating injuries you can have. He was out there. He was ready for training camp day one. That is big news, because that is a tough injury to come back from. Taysom Hill, Lance Frank injury, also a super, super tough injury to come back from. He's back. He's healthy. He's out there. He was making some plays. That's all good sign, man. That's 4 guys coming off major injuries, injury-filled seasons that basically ended their years, all 4 of them. They were all out there. They were all performing. They all are getting healthy and almost at 100%, or some of them already at 100%. So that's definitely a good sign. The Saints training staff seems like it's going a lot better this summer already. Hopefully it can stay that way, man. Hopefully we don't have any more guys going to see them this year. Knock on wood. Obviously that's not the case. It's football. It's a violent sport. But to minimize these injuries, to get guys back healthy and try to keep them healthy for the long haul is going to be very, very important for this team's success. Looking like we're headed in the right direction on the injury front. So let's just hope it stays that way. Next up, we'll talk about the guys that got the opening day start in training camp. Now, obviously, don't look too much into this. It's the first day. It's going to be a lot of changing. Guys that started today probably not going to start tomorrow, vice versa. Some position battles going on, but it is a good look at what the coaching staff think about the players coming into day one. And let's just talk about that. Defensive line, you had Cam Jordan, obviously at defensive end. David Onyemata, obviously at D tackle. Shy Tuttle got to start at D tackle. He started last year as well. Then you had Carl Granderson getting the first team reps at right end. Obviously, that's in place for Davenport, Peyton Turner, who's coming on along slowly. Then you had at linebackers, Demario Davis. That's an obvious choice. Eric Wilson did get a start at linebacker with no P. Warner out there, and Caden Ellis. So those three guys started at linebacker. I'm assuming one of those guys will be out once Pete Warner gets back healthy. Then at cornerbacks, you had Paulson Adebo and Marshawn Lattimore. That was obvious. And then at safety, you had Marcus May and P.J. Williams got the start for Tyrann Mathieu. Like I said, none of this is set in stone. For number one, we won't even be in a 4-3 base defense. Anyway, most of the time we'll be in nickel with DeMario and Pete Warner, you know, at the linebacker positions. That you throw C.J. Gardner-Johnson in there as a starter as well. But that was the defense starting out. No surprises there. Some guys may get switched around tomorrow and other days in training camp. We'll see. On offense, offensive line, the started at James Hurst at left tackle. Penning backed him up. Then you had Andres Pete, Eric McCoy, Cesar Ruiz, and obviously Ryan Ramchick. That's no surprises there, man. James Hurst is probably going to get the first couple starts, the first couple days. Penning will get some reps with the first team. Landon Young also took some reps with the first team. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of interchangeable guys, but it did seem like Penning's only working at left tackle. That's a good thing. You draft a guy first round, you want him to be your left tackle. Hey, yo, click that subscribe button, man. Turn those notifications on, and you won't miss another video from DaBoot Tragedies. And that'll basically wrap up day one of Saints Twitter, man. They started off with a bang. Michael Thomas coming back, kind of shocking everyone in the Saints world. That was definitely a fun day on Twitter, man. Saints Twitter is hilarious. If you're not following that Twitter page, like I said, at DaBoot Tragedies, same name as this one. Please follow that Discord, or join the Discord, I should say, and follow that Twitch. I will be active on those things very, very soon. We're already active in the Discord, so if you're not joining that, man, Saints fans, Pels fans, LSU fans, whatever you're a fan of, if you're just a fan of me, join that Discord. We definitely gonna be chopping it up in there, man. Let me know what y'all think about day one of training camp. I think we're off to a great start. Hopefully we get better, get some more good news, some news on this Alvin Kamara suspension coming up soon. Hopefully Davenport gets out there. Everything's looking good. All signs are pointing in the right direction. This is gonna be a fun year for the Saints, man. I think it's gonna be a fun year for this YouTube channel. Last year was my first year. This year is gonna be much better. I think each and every one of y'all that subscribe, that watch all my videos, I really appreciate it, man. Y'all stuck with me through the Madden simulation, even though they screwed us in the Super Bowl and we lost to the Bengals. It's all been fun. Definitely more good content coming. Suggestions, drop them in the comments below. And as always, this is DaBoot Tragedies, and I'm out.